Hello everybody, I bet you thought I got washed out to sea, didn't you? I bet you thought I'd been washed away with those, well, quite small waves at the moment. I've just come out of the hospital and I'm just on my way home. You can hear the seagulls yapping at the back of me because it's their bedtime. So I thought I'd do a quick update. A quick Merry Christmas and how's Chrissie kind of video. So I've pulled into one of my little known parking spots and I thought I'd come and have a little bit of fresh air because by gum do I want some fresh air. So we'll have a little bit of a walk and a talk, shall we? I'll turn the camera around. I need to turn the camera around because it makes my arm ache holding it so far away from me. So, well, it's the 23rd of December today, and it must be a month since I last made any videos. So huge apologies for that, but as I think probably most of you know, there have been, shall we say, extenuating circumstances. So I just wanted to do a quick update and say Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas to all the bats, and I've missed you as much as you've missed me. And Blackpool's still here, I'm still here, and hopefully at some point we'll get back onto the swing of making films. So just a brief update. This is Jubilee Gardens, the Blackpool one, and we're going to walk back southwards. So by the time we get back round the corner, I think it might be dark enough for you to see these pretty twinkly lights properly. So, end of October, Chrissie started with a bad chest and had various different antibiotics, and she got a lot of pain in the bottom of her lungs. And it seemed to clear up, and then it got worse, and then it seemed to clear up, and then it got worse. So eventually she ended up just a few days in bed. Up to this point she'd been upstairs on the sofa and sort of being reasonably normal. So she'd had a few days in bed, and I'd been helping her to the toilet because she'd got a lot of pain in the back. And when we came back from the toilet, she sat on the edge of the bed, and when I say sat, I mean she literally perched on the edge of the bed. And we both heard this loud noise. And she looked at me and I looked at her. It was like a gunshot. She looked at me and I looked at her, and she started screaming, and she carried on for at least a week. Anyway, cutting a very long story short, she ended up in A&E at Blackpool Victoria Hospital. And in trying to find out what had gone wrong, they discovered that she'd got compression fractures in her spine, which explains the back pain that she'd got. So they concluded that she'd torn the ligament, the cartilage between her sternum and her rib. So you can imagine how painful that is. I tore the cartilage in the back of my knee, and that was bad enough. And obviously you can immobilise a knee, but you can't immobilise your ribs, can you? So she spent 11 days in the Vic, came home and seemed to be improving and da-da-da-da. But within a few days of coming home, the chest business started to rear its ugly head again. So she had first one lot of antibiotics, then another lot, and she had a urinary tract infection as well, a UTI as they're known. And just basically deteriorated and got weaker and weaker and weaker. So eventually on Monday, we'd got no choice but to do the one thing that she really, really didn't want to do, and send for an ambulance and get her taken back into hospital. So that's where she's been since Monday. So I'm cutting a very long story short here. It's been very challenging. It's been very, very stressful for us and awful for her. We've done our best between us. I don't think we could have done a whole lot more, really. So at the moment she's in the Victoria. She's got a saline drip and she's got intravenous antibiotics. So I've just spoken to the doctor that's in charge of her care, and apparently she's got more of the antibiotics to take. I'm not quite up on intravenous antibiotics. I don't know whether you take them for a similar kind of course to the ones that you take orally, or whether it's quicker or what, I'm not sure. Anyway, it had also impaired her kidney function as well, because she'd not been eating and drinking and taking a lot of drugs at the same time. So they're monitoring that as well, and apparently her kidney function is starting to return back to normal, back to baseline, as he put it. So she's going to be in a few days yet. She's very weak. She's very wobbly, but she's immeasurably better than she was on Monday, I can tell you. And just as I come around that corner, I'm going to digress. I bet you've missed me digressing, haven't you? I'm going to digress. They've uncovered this building, look. That's the first time I've seen that. Wow, that looks better. They've just about rebuilt that. If you remember when we were walking up and down, we kept looking at that and saying, what are they doing? What are they doing? A bit like a little parrot. You can see the tower in front of us, look, as well. Let me just zoom in and show you. I've also got a new phone as well, which is supposed to be super duper at night time. So we'll see what this looks like when I get it uploaded. Oh, I'm not supposed to go in that far. It's supposed to be like that. Still learning. I've still got my stabilisers on. So, it looks like she's going to be in another few days. And they've got her on anti-sickness medication as well, because she still doesn't want to eat. So hopefully that will settle her stomach, and then she'll be able to start eating and build her strength back up, and she'll be able to come back home. So if you're having a crap Christmas, if you don't subscribe to this roses round the door and beautiful utopian image of Christmas that the television likes to portray, just remember that there's lots and lots and lots of people who are in the same boat as you. To be honest, I'm not really bothered that it's Christmas anyway. So it's just another day, isn't it? It's just another day, another dollar. So that's the update on Chrissie. Anyway, I shall keep putting posts on the community section of Visit File Coast. I've put quite a few on already, but that's where I'll keep you updated. I'll not keep doing videos, because if you're not interested, it gets a bit tedious, doesn't it? So I'll put posts on that community section, and then you'll be able to see kind of what's happening. So I thought I'd enjoy a little bit of fresh air and a little bit of a walk, because, well, I've not really seen much other than Blackpool Victoria Hospital and my mum's bedroom for a month. So frankly, the fresh air is lovely. But one thing I would like to say is a big thank you to all you lovely viewers and the bats and everybody that's been rooting for us, because I can't tell you how lovely you've all been. I've had so many messages and so many comments, Christmas cards, get well cards. It's been really, really touching, and it's meant a lot. It's really meant a lot to know that people care. So, excuse me. Just got a waft of cold, fresh Blackpool air then. Just a minute. So, from the heart of my bottom, I say thank you to each and every one of you. And if the power of prayer were enough, she'd be back home by now, wouldn't she? So, I hope you all have a lovely festive season. Don't eat too much, don't make yourself sick. Don't fall out with your family. Don't end up getting divorced. and have a nice festive season, and hopefully things will sort themselves out and I will be back and we can start a bright new year. So you take care, people, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Bye.